Hello, Unlimited friends. In this episode, I want to share with you a couple of techniques that you can use if you feel like you've hit a dead end. If you've been trying to use law of attraction and it's just not working for you, here are 5 tips that will help you to make progress really quickly towards all the things that you want. Hi, I'm ZMAHOON from ZMAHOON.com, and on this channel, we discuss anything and everything that has to do with law of attraction to help us create an unlimited life. So let's get right into it. What I'm going to share with you is part of an episode from my podcast with Teresa Shaver. Let's get into it.
Today I'd like to talk about the topic that if we're not feeling that the law of attraction is working for us, then we probably haven't done the vibrational work we need to do. Now, what does it mean to do the vibrational work? And maybe you could walk us through one of the examples or a example of doing vibrational work and what's involved in that.
Let's start with this. The reason that law of attraction doesn't work when we start using it consciously is because we are not aware. There's a lack of awareness of what constitutes a negative thought and what constitutes a positive thought. And because we have lack of awareness, if we start trying to figure out how to think our thoughts, we can go the wrong way. And so my best advice is stop thinking about your life and start thinking about something that has nothing to do with you. Something that is outside of your life that makes you happy. Okay? So, I'll give you examples of what people can do. Watch comedy. Watch programs. Nothing serious. Not the Oscar award-winning movies. Please stay away from those. Because the Oscar award-winning movies, in all honesty, take you negative before they bring you positive. If you've got enough negativity in your own life to deal with, why do you want another dose of it? You don't need that. Stay away from that. What you need is some light-hearted comedy. Okay?
So that's helping you raise your vibration.
Exactly. And it is far easier to raise your vibration about things that have nothing to do with you than to try and raise your vibration about something in your life that's not working. For example, if someone is lonely and wants a relationship, starting to use law of attraction to find a relationship or fix a relationship, that's not where you want to start. Because you don't know enough about how to use the tool and you could potentially make things worse. And I say potentially, but I've actually been there, done that. Discovered the law of attraction, thought, wow, now I can fix everything. Tanked everything.
Wow. How?
Tanked everything and then figured out what my mistakes were, took my mind off my own life. So there were a couple of things I did, and those are the things I'm going to share with you. First of all, I've already shared comedy. Huge. Not sarcasm, comedy. Not sarcasm. Not what is called black humor. No. Because that goes negative, it has a negative connotation. Sarcasm has a negative connotation. And sarcasm and that black comedy, they plant beliefs in you about things that are actually negative. Right? So negativity in some situations might look like it's funny, but in the long run, it doesn't serve your purpose. So something that is truly lighthearted. Like Full House. What was that? Sorry?
Friends.
Yes. Oh, well, no, I wouldn't recommend Friends. Friends is full of negative beliefs.
Sure.
If you after you watch Friends, now that you know law of attraction, go back and watch it. You'll see what I mean.
Okay.
Third Rock from the Sun.
Okay.
Okay, what's that? Seinfeld, The Odd Couple. Oh, there's another one that has to do with science. Big Bang Theory.
Okay. Theory. Awesome.
Right? Comedy is good. Comedy is good. If you're going to watch TV, stay away from serious stuff.
Yeah.
Cartoons are awesome. Animations, Scooby-Doo, Archie, Scooby-Doo. And you'll notice something if you go back and watch some of the old programming, Brady's Bunch and stuff like that, they were a lot more lighthearted than what we have going on today.
Yeah, true.
Right? Even children's programming.
I watch the TV today myself.
Yeah. So, comedy, and then nature. Number 2 is nature. There are 2 reasons why nature is amazing and fabulous. The one is nature's own vibration is very high. And when you engulf yourself in that high vibration, you automatically feel better. So when you go swimming, you put yourself into the water, the vibration of that water that you're in is much higher, especially if you're out in the middle of the ocean on a boat or in the middle of a pond or something. Not so much a swimming pool in a community center, right? The swimming pool in the community center has absorbed the vibration of everyone that's gone through it.
True. All right, interesting.
Okay. So, nature, trees. I love trees. Trees are the most positive living thing in the world. That is why they are so important to the balance of well-being in the world.
Very cool.
Okay, so trees. If you go and just go for a walk among trees, that vibration is much higher than your vibration. That's why people, you know why people escape the city and go to a cottage or go to the beach?
For exactly that reason, right?
They don't know it, but that's what, I know people who are going through really bad times in their lives and they love going to the cottage. Why? Because when I get to the cottage, I feel better.
Yeah.
Why? Because you're surrounded by trees and happier people.
That's true, both of them.
Right? Happier people.
I like it.
So that's why nature is really, really important. Nature, being in nature really, really helps.
Okay.
So that's number 2. The other reason nature really helps is because there's so much to appreciate in nature. Right?
Okay, yeah.
Everyone that goes to the beach sits there and appreciates the waves and the sand. Everyone who goes on a cruise appreciates being on water. Right?
Yeah.
You tend to be more appreciative when you're in nature.
So that's a good thing. Get out there. So
Yeah.
So these are things to help you with your vibrational
That's right.
work.
If if it's spring and there's a flower festival of some sort, go there. Right? If you want to pick up your vibration, go to a carnival. There are happier people there. Right? And because there are happier people there, it's going to lift your vibration.
Okay.
Okay? All right, so that's number 2. Oh gosh, number 3, I was going to say something and now I've kind of misplaced my thoughts. All right. Oh yes, number 3. Because your own thoughts are hurtful to you at this point in time. that is the reason why you're not being able to accomplish what you want to accomplish. Your own thoughts are hurting you. So you got to stop thinking your own thoughts and think someone else's thoughts.
Oh, really? Like what?
2 ways to do that. Number 1, pick someone that you think is a wonderful for you, motivational, spiritual person whose words really resonate with you. And every day ask yourself, in every segment of your day when you're interacting with other people, what would this person say to me? How would they see this situation?
Okay.
And I actually learned this. Can you believe this? We're always learning. I learned this from one of my coaching clients. Yes, she told me that when she went about her day, she had my voice in her head saying, Zara would say this, or what would Zara say? And then my voice would come on in her head. And I thought, that's really cool. That's really cool. That's really cool. Because you know what? Here's the thing. We don't understand this. Soon as you reach out to someone who is either alive or have made their transition, they are right there with you. Because non-physical energy can be anywhere at any time. So when you call upon someone to help or you ask their opinion, they're right there with you. You just have to be open enough to listen. Okay? So whoever that is, like there are people that I consider influential in my life, and I have 3 people that I call upon. Who are, and then I have my mother and my father and my grandmother on the personal side, but Dr. Wayne Dyer, Deepak Chopra, and Abraham. Those are my 3.
Yeah.
And so whoever that is to you, that inspires you, ask.
Change the thoughts.
Yeah, ask to see things through their eyes. What would they say? What advice would they give you? Related to the same process, plug in and listen to inspirational audiobooks all day. You need to think someone else's thoughts, not your own. So you don't need to change your thoughts, because that goes a lot deeper into how law of attraction works and how to change your beliefs. And you will learn how to do that. But if you're starting out, stop thinking your own thoughts and borrow someone else's.
I like it.
Audiobooks.
It's something I love to do. I watch many YouTube videos and I
Exactly.
listen to podcasts, and I love it. That's how I keep my energy up. Is by
Exactly. Exactly. Now someone's speaking and they're making sense about something and you're nodding yes. Likelihood is that if you're listening to inspirational material, what you're listening to is better than what you have the ability to think about on your own. Right? So that's a good thing. How many did we do? Am I on to number 4? I feel that I'm on to number 4 now. Am I?
So yeah, you mentioned comedy, nature, and then stop thinking your own thoughts.
Yes.
And stop thinking your own thoughts. You said there's 2 things to do. You
Yeah.
said pick someone you look up to, but you haven't said the second thing.
Oh, borrow someone else's thought. Listen to audiobooks, inspirational material.
Okay.
That's the number 2. So we are on to number 4. And would you believe it? Number 4 is something that our parents have told us, and their parents told them. And some of us push back against it. Still, guess what it is, Teresa? Can you guess? Exercise.
Okay. Sure. I like it.
Exercise. You know why? Because exercise gets our energy flowing through our body. And wherever there are blockages created by negative beliefs that start manifesting as blockages in our physical body, exercise helps to clear those up. Right? And so you just feel better.
You can combine 2 here by taking a walk in nature.
Exactly. Yes, that's true.
And then listening to a podcast.
Yes.
That's either inspirational or funny, so then you're hitting it on all cylinders.
That's right. So exercise is really important. Even a little bit of it. Even whatever you can manage. Whatever you can manage. is good for you. Now, the next thing, number 5, and if you can just focus on this a little bit, everything in our lives is related to this number 5 thing. Everything. And that is self-worth. If we don't have the relationship that we want, it has to do with self-worth. If we don't have the money that we want, it has to do with self-worth. If we don't have the health that we want, it has to do with self-worth. Everything is created to self-worth, and self-worth is the hardest thing to work on. I discovered that. Because self-worth, the belief systems are so ingrained, they go back to when we were 1 year old.
Yeah.
So here's how you start working on your self-worth without making it into a big exercise. You have to do tiny steps, you see. So the way you appreciate your self-worth, depending on, create self-worth, depending on what your physical circumstances are, is to appreciate little things about yourself and your personality that you truly believe are true. And for a lot of people, it starts with what would other people like about me, because we are so trained to look at ourselves through other people's eyes, right? So it's okay to start there, but what we want is to reach a point where we can appreciate little things about ourselves. And I'll tell you, me, when I used to go for a walk in nature way back when I started learning all of these techniques, many years ago, I used to just appreciate the fact that my feet were able to carry me, that my legs could, take me where I was going, that my eyes could look on the greenery and the trees and appreciate the beauty of that it smelt of pine if you go to Camp Samak.
Yes.
And that is my favorite place to go, and I love hanging out there. And the aroma of that in the air, the freshness of how that feels. I would stand at the lake in Camp Samak and just feel the breeze blow over my face and appreciate that. I would feel the best feelings are the sun on my back warming me, the breeze in my face, and this feeling of, in this moment in time, I'm okay.
And my feet can carry me.
Yeah.
I think that's really good. I mean, to me, there's a lot of content here in this one episode.
Yes.
Just to wrap up, if we really want to do the vibrational work, we need to listen to comedy, because it helps to change our perspective. Be in nature. Stop thinking your own thoughts. Pick somebody else's thoughts that you can take on. Somebody inspirational, someone you look up to. Exercise, and then you also said, let's focus on self-worth. Let's make tiny steps and choose the smallest thing. Every day, choose something small and start working on it. So, great episode. Love to wrap it up here, and thank you very much. And I'll put some notes in the show comments so that everybody can get that information.
Perfect. Thank you. So guys, I hope that you enjoyed this episode from my podcast. And if you want to go and visit the podcast, you can find the link in the description below. Take care until I see you in my next video.